It's that time. It's time to talk about everybody's favorite cutie, Foodie Beauty. Yes. She started her stream yesterday. She starts talking about someone in her chat mentions that they had been scammed. And Foodie said, "You too?" She claims she was looking at her bank app or whatever and realized that someone in another country had used her credit card to order something from Temu. And she just leaves it at that. She doesn't elaborate did she contact the bank? Nothing. She acted as if it just really wasn't a big deal at all. Myself, I'd be freaking out. I mean, I don't have any credit or debit cards, but if I did, and I mean, I have before, and if I had seen someone in a whole other country, I'd use it. I'm canceling that card right away. I'm notifying the bank. I'm filing whatever. I'm disputing the charges. That's what they call it. I'm doing all that. But she didn't even, make no bones about it. Then she, as she's saying this, she picks up these pickles off her island. "Oh, what's in my pickles?" And she's looking at them and she says, "Are these good? I've had them sitting out for a week." All her condiments, she has this terrible habit of leaving her condiments sitting out. She will leave mayonnaise sitting on her counter 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and she will ask, "Do you think I can still use this?" Girl, you're 42 years old and you don't know that mayonnaise goes bad super easy. That's why, like, if, it's a big cookout outside, and it's in the middle of summer, don't take potato salad, macaroni salad, anything with mayonnaise you don't want to take because it'll spoil just like that. Apparently she never knew this. So, and she's left the ketchup out. She's just a mess. I guess it's just too much trouble to put the condiments back in the refrigerator. She says she's not hungry, but she's trying to figure out what she should eat. If you're not hungry, why are you trying to eat? She's trying to force herself to eat. She claims because she has to take her medication. Okay, you could have ate a piece of toast. You could have ate a handful of crackers. But she ends up making herself some eggs with some chicken bouillon and some salt. Chicken bouillon is salty by itself, and she added extra salt. This girl's sodium level has got to be through the roof, I tell you. When she goes to get the eggs out of the refrigerator, she says, "Oh, the smell of this refrigerator just makes me want to," as she always says, "yak." Well, obviously, if your refrigerator stinks, obviously she has let something go rotten in the refrigerator again. But she doesn't draw that conclusion. It's just a refrigerator smell makes her sick, she claims. Whatever. Then we have her. She is trying the new McDonald's, let's see, what do they call it? McDonald's Parmesan bacon quarter pounder. But she gets it without the bacon, of course, because, she's Muslim. She has to remind us as if we don't see the hijab on her and know. So, as she's talking about, she puts vinegar. Apparently, their McDonald's up there, you can get vinegar in little packets to put on your fries in Canada. Do they have that here? I haven't ate at a McDonald's in years. I haven't had takeout food in years. It's too expensive. Ooh, I would love some, though. But, anyways. So she puts the vinegar on it, and she adds extra salt to her McDonald's fries. Those fries are super salty the way it is, and she adds more salt. Then she's showing us the burger. She says basically it's just the same thing as a quarter pounder with cheese, except instead of the raw onions, they put these crispy onions on there, and it has like a Parmesan sauce. She says it's peppery and creamy and tangy. She's trying to describe it all, talking about the beef is dry, and McDonald's beef is always dry, and that's how she likes it. She doesn't like moist, greasy meat. She likes dry meat. She's one of those that likes everything super well done, charred. So when she gets this burger, because of course, she had it DoorDashed, she tears open the bag. Like she's just some kind of wild animal, just tearing into this bag. First, it's in like a big paper, almost like grocery bag. She rips that open. Then inside of there's another bag that contains the sandwich and the fries. She's ripping this open. I swear, she is like in a hurry to get to this burger. So overall, she claims that it was good. And but afterwards, when she goes back live again, because this was a pre-recorded video she did, but when we see her later, she's talking about she won't be ordering that again because how upset her stomach is, And she's talking about being on the Ozempic, it's changing. Even how things taste. Fast food fries will taste like pencils. How does she know what pencils taste like? Has she had a habit of eating pencils? So, and she claims, she doesn't really want to eat, but then she'll go out to smoke just so she feels like she's just eating for sustenance now. She's not eating because she really wants to, just because she has to. I think she could eat very little and get by for quite some time, but whatever. Then she says she's going to start putting out more content, more food reviews, just what we want to see. Foodie Beauty eating more. She's another one. It's disgusting watching her eat. It's stomach turning. It is so hard to watch because just like Rosie and Amber Lynn, it's feeder content. I don't care what they say. They could say that's not how they're trying to make it appear, but that's how it appears. They might as well just sit there naked or put on some lingerie while they're doing it because how? Especially Foodie Beauty and Rosie, how? Every time they eat, do they manage to get it all over their face? As Foodie Beauty would say, something's fishy here. So anyways, and she says she'll do more food reviews, maybe small little travels in the city, just how she discovered a new area when she tried to go to the Costco the other day to go to the food court. She just discovered this in almost a year of living where she lives. She's just now found out that this Costco is within scooting distance to her. How she didn't know, and she's seen something else, I don't remember, another store or something over there that she didn't even know was there. So, she's still complaining about how her stomach hurts, and from eating this McDonald's, even though she ate it slowly and everything. But she proceeds to get her a s'mores cold brew. When your stomach's hurting, the last thing you want to do is drink some coffee. That's really going to tear you up. But, she does it. And she even tells us that when her stomach's upset, she can always eat McDonald's. She's not one of these, when you get an upset stomach, get a piece of toast or some dry crackers to try to settle your stomach. She swears McDonald's cheeseburgers will settle your stomach. I've never heard of such nonsense. And she actually has the audacity to say that she's kind of on a health arc. She's doing zero exercise. She walked 10 minutes on the treadmill one day. She has said she is done doing challenges. She's eating fast food every day again. She's eating all kinds of junk food again. But she's kind of on a health arc because she's taking her Ozempic. Just taking the Ozempic and not working with it is not going to do it. She's trying to force herself to eat. She could eat 3 small meals a day. If she's not hungry, just eat the 3 small meals a day or whatever. But no, she's forcing herself to eat. That's why she's continuing to smoke. And she forgot. She had a doctor's appointment. She's sitting there on the side. Oh, I forgot. I have an appointment. What time? And she realizes that it's then. And the doctor she was seeing is on vacation for several months or something. So she has to have this virtual appointment. So she realizes she had the appointment. And so she mutes it so we can't hear her in the chat. Goes on her visit. It's not very long. And I think she said she's got a referral maybe to an endocrinologist, maybe. I might be wrong on that. She got a referral to some other doctor, though. So she almost forgot. That's how much this woman values her health. She completely forgets about every doctor's appointment, doesn't take her medicine as prescribed. She claims that last night her sugar, because she did put her Libre 2 on her arm, her continuous glucose monitor, and her sugar was down to 7. But she said, oh no, I have to take my insulin. So she decided she had to eat. So she makes a full meal. At who knows at what time of night. She made some kind of fish and some noodles and makes a whole meal to make her sugar go up so she could take her insulin again. I don't get it. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know. But nothing too exciting to speak of. I think Foodie is losing a lot of her viewers. We're seeing everyone is starting to navigate now over towards all the drama that is Quirky Love Rosie. And Chantal has even mentioned her viewers are going down. So we'll see what she does today, and I'll be back tomorrow.